So finally we have the Dune Part 3 trailer right here. Absolutely love Dune Part 1. Dune Part 2 was literally my favorite amongst the both. Let's see how this goes. First let's look at the trailer, then we'll talk about it more. Water, that's good.
We have a girl. What will we name her?
Her name should be Ganima. She needs to be strong, like a mother.
Okay. So they are having a child.
What if it's a boy?
I would name it Leto. So you would have the wisdom of his grandfather.
War feeds on itself.
That's a sister, I guess.
The more I fight, the more enemies fight back.
The Bene Gesserit. Oh, that was Robert Pattinson.
To protect my family.
He looked very weird. And there are some samurai soldiers. Yeah, those were samurai.
How did father do it?
Your father never started a war.
Ooh, that is some clean visuals. Love that. Epic conclusion. He's back. Jason Momoa of the Dune trilogy. He looks weird, man. Robert Pattinson looks weird here. Very alien.
I'm not afraid to die. But I must not die. Yet.
Dune Part 3. The cast is just amazing. Too hyped for this. This is just pinnacle of storytelling, especially Dune Part 2. I loved it. I literally watched Dune Part 1 a day before Dune Part 2, like before watching it in IMAX. And this is definitely an IMAX worthy film. It's shot in basically that format. And I believe there will be some time skip in here, or perhaps we'll get some flashbacks of certain things that were happening after Dune Part 2, but majority of it will be set in the future. That is what I'm getting. That is what I think is happening here. And anyways, the development will be good to see what goes on here. How does, Paul Muad'dib Atreides rules Arrakis, what his reign has brought, and this quite shows us that it has just brought more war and more suffering to different people as well. And I believe this is based on Dune Messiah, if I'm not wrong, if that is what this correlates to, the book. And that certainly does have a certain, what do you say, extremist elements to it, or Paul's character is kind of an extremist in a sense. That is what I was just reading over Twitter. I haven't read the books. I would totally love to get into them as well. But this is the conclusion of this trilogy, and let's see how this ends. And I believe there are more installments. There are more books about what's happening in here. And yeah, super interested to see what happens here. And I would definitely watch this. But the thing is, this comes out with Avengers Doomsday, so it's kind of, I mean, we all are seeing Avengers Doomsday. At least I'm seeing first Avengers Doomsday, then I'll see this. But yeah, so again, the thing is, even Doomsday is shot in IMAX format. Even this is shot in IMAX format. So who gets the theaters where? Like, what is the bifurcation, or what days? Like, how does it work? So let's see. So of course, first I'll watch Doomsday, then I'll watch this Dune Part 3. And again, the religious kind of sentiments that are brought in from people of this, tribe in Arrakis, and how it kind of develops into Paul being this messianic character who brings in justice to them. and it kind of falls apart, I believe. By the end of this, like something feels very dodgy, and his character is also kind of on the edge of things, where he's just kind of turning evil by the end of it. That is what I have got to know from Twitter, and like basically that is how this book ends, perhaps. But yeah, that will genuinely be interesting to see the character kind of change, and you do see this change from movie 1 to movie 2, where Paul is like this soft-spoken prince who's like kind of learning things, and by the end of the second film, he's like this conqueror, a warrior, something like Alexander the Great, who's kind of banging the doors of this new empire and trying to get into it. And he basically does it by the end of the second film. And now we'll see his reign as a king, an emperor. How does he have the stronghold over this empire? The spice rigs. So it will genuinely be interesting. And also to dwell more deeper into that Bene Gesserit part, how they kind of made Paul to be this, like how did they do all those stuff all these years ago, and how it culminates at a point where Paul ascends towards the throne. What are the underlying aspects, or why do the Bene Gesserit do it? That will be something interesting to know. And yeah, again, an amazing film. Loved part 1, part 2. Hyped to see part 3. Like, I cannot express how much I want to see part 3. I will definitely watch it in IMAX. Of course, that is the only format you can view this cinema in. And yeah, that's it. Sub to the channel. I'll see you in the next.